This video, I'm comparing the Ring cameras versus the Unifi Protect cameras. Let's get it. So I will recommend the Ring cameras endlessly. They are incredibly easy to use and set up. However, the Unifi Protect cameras, these are becoming more and more popular. They're more intended for small to medium businesses, although they're becoming more popular in houses. I'm gonna do this in my home, more on that later on. But the two biggest takeaways: number one, the Unifi Protect cameras, these record on premise. So you have to get one of their video recorders like this small box, where the Ring cameras record onto the internet into an Amazon data center. The other thing to note is that the Ring cameras are more flexible. So all of their cameras are wireless, Wi-Fi. There's no network cable anymore that they sell that you can plug into. So you can get these cameras in a plug-in or battery operated. This one, the stick-up one, you can actually unscrew this and put a battery in it, and you could use two if you wanted to. On the other hand, the Unifi cameras are mostly wired. So about like 10% of the cameras are over Wi-Fi, but none of them use batteries at all. You have to use one of these cables. It's called an Ethernet cable. You use this to plug into your router for your game consoles. It looks like an oversized phone cable, but yeah, basically all of their cameras rely on this. This goes into the back of them. The great thing about this is just one cable going to these devices, and this cable will carry both power and data. So these cables could be about like 100 to 200 meters, etc. So this is great for like long distance where you don't want to have to worry about plugging it in or changing batteries. Great thing I love about this. Now, to supply power to these, you need to get one of these things called a PoE injector. So as you can see here, one port here is PoE. This will go to the camera, and then this one will go to your network switch or router, LAN. And this will basically provide power, a very small, safe, low voltage, which will go to the camera and power it. So that's awesome. Other than that, you could also get what it's called a PoE switch, where basically this will have extra power. This network switch, you can see, so 4 of these ports here will supply the PoE standard, which will give it power and data to power these devices. You can get them as little as like 4 ports, as big as like 48 ports. So I mean, it's insanely flexible. If you guys are wondering, this is the Unifi Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus, which includes the hard drive and other models. These are just heat sinks I bought off Amazon. These things run a little bit hot. I just like to put this to bring it down a degree or two, but it's not like scalding hot. You could power it by USB, or you could also get a PoE switch or injector to power this device. Yeah, like I said, my next home will probably get one of the bigger NVRs, but for now, I can put up to a 2 terabyte drive, which can get me, about like a couple months with one camera, or like, there's calculators to see how much you want, but yeah. All right, so starting off with the Ring app, a little bit easier to use in my opinion. So on the top here, you can see I have the Ring alarm, so I am able to arm and disarm. I got a keypad and everything. I don't pay for monitoring, so I do get a siren if someone opens the door or whatever, and then I can just check my phone and I can look at the camera, and if it's someone I don't know, then I call the cops. It's free for me because I'm grandfathered in. New users will have to pay. I think it's a lot cheaper than ADT, to be honest, and like I said, self-monitoring, so it's like there's no call center or anything like that. But yeah, it's all in the same app. The alarm controls with all of my cameras would show up here. If I had more, it would show up in a grid view. So it's pretty cool. You just tap into the camera here. If I tap to go live, and so here's the other thing that I kind of like with the Ring app at first. I'm going to scroll here. There's this thing where I kind of call it like a time-lapse feature. So if I scroll all the way here, you could see that it's like a time lapse, right? So every 3 minutes, it will just take a quick snapshot of like what's going on, so you can see different times of day, etc. This does not record audio, and when a motion is detected, it will record audio, and it's a full, second by second recording. I'm not a fan though with the Ring because you could see like, boom, it immediately cuts to when that person's already walking on the sidewalk. So in my opinion, it's not as accurate as the Unifi camera will be. But, you know, it's kind of nice for what it is. And obviously you could see, if I scroll here, you could see when there was live view. So a lot of controls there, etc. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna click X here and I can go to, if I go to the little settings wheel here, I have extra controls, motion alerts, so if this is a camera in the back of the house, I can see when someone's coming up or whatever. You can also adjust the motion settings, so you can adjust the area in which, like, what part of the screen is being actively monitored for motion, right? So when motion's triggered, it records. So I could basically adjust the portion, let's say the sidewalk, I don't want any recording or alerting or whatever. Discard that. But yeah, a lot of fine-grained control. It's the same thing on the Unifi, which I will show you guys in a second. Okay, and this is the Unifi Protect app. Like I said, I'm not a fan. It's okay, it's pretty good for what it is. I still like the Ring app a little bit better, but yeah, I can see all my cameras here. I tap into the one here. The one thing that I like about this camera, so it's constantly recording audio and video, even when there's no motion detected. I mean, it gives you the control. As you can see, it's pretty, I feel like it's better quality too, but yeah, it gives you a lot of fine-grained controls. But you know, even when no motion is detected, it will still just show you like everything. So another thing too, which I'm not a huge fan about, but honestly kind of figured it out. If you pinch your fingers and zoom it in, you could see I'm able to get a better fine-grained view of a couple things, like so. So it lets me scroll much slower, etc. The Ring app is just a little bit more like snappier in my opinion, but like I said, this is more accurate because it's constantly recording everything, you know, so there's no cutoff or anything like that. If I hit the settings wheel, the great thing about this is it lets me adjust a ton of stuff. So if I go to camera settings, you know, you have the motion adjusting as you did with the Ring information. But if I go to recording too, you know, it gives you a little bit of extra stuff like recording quality. There's the motion zone I was talking about, just like before. And you know, let's assume this is a camera that you don't have a lot of storage and you don't need the camera to record the best quality, then you can adjust it. But you know, in my opinion, because it's constantly recording, I just think, you know, and that's another bonus, is that you don't pay for a subscription because it's recorded in your home. I can access this footage to anywhere in the US. I mean, anywhere, honestly. It's as long as your NVR is on the internet, then I myself will only access and whoever I give access to. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, guys. And finally, guys, if you wanted to, you can go on the website and just kind of view your playback here, just like you would on the mobile app. I think it's a little more cooler, more fine control, but like I said, a little getting used to, so just something to bear in mind. So lastly, I'm sure you guys are wondering, how am I setting this up in my personal home? I mean, I'll recommend Ring cameras to, you know, my parents, my in-laws, everyone, because they're very easy to use and set up. My personal home, most of them are going to be ran using Unifi cameras, so brand new construction, so I'm running most of the Ethernet cables already in the home. Check it out, subscribe, guys, because I'm doing a whole, you know, home whatever. It's gonna be insane. But yeah, majority of the cameras are gonna be this, but I will be using Ring for like the doorbell and the alarm system. So Unifi does sell a doorbell, but I'm not gonna go with it just because. Oh yeah! I mean, all seriousness, yeah, the Ring doorbell, just better way for approval, just seems way better, and it integrates well with the alarm system. So you got the, you know, the doorbells, the buttons to like arm and disarm, whatever, and just one screen. So, but yeah, for the rest of the cameras, I mean, it's only like $3 a month for just that one camera, and everything else here, I've got the high quality reliability of the Unifi cameras. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys, you know, have questions or whatever, drop them down below and I'm happy to help. Definitely subscribe. You do not want to miss the house build.